Every time I finish a video on polling, I assume I can take a break from talking about it for a few weeks because in a typical year, month to month, the polling is usually absolutely the same. In the last month and a half, though, in Canadian politics, the polls have been moving rapidly, and Justin Trudeau and the Liberals have been in a absolute nosedive and in terms of approval ratings as well as the national choice of Canadians. Right now, we keep getting every 2 days probably a new poll showing that the Liberals are significantly underwater and by more than they were 2 days ago. It is insane. And today is absolutely no exception. This new Abacus data poll shows that Prime Minister Justin Trudeau is at his highest disapproval rating ever and at his lowest approval rating ever. That is insane because think of the context right now. There's no We Charity scandal, there's no SNC Lavalin scandal, there's no Agicon Island, and even the CCP interference issues. That one's kind of a bit of a slow burn of a story, and I don't think most Canadians are even paying attention anymore. Anyways, I just want to bring this right up on screen. So, right now, Justin Trudeau, according to this Abacus poll, is at 56% disapproval and only 27% approval. And why I think this is happening, because I just said there's no scandals really going on. There's nothing that's really shocked Canadians and they're turning against Trudeau. My theory of what's happening right now is that there's a lot of Liberal voters who were patiently waiting since maybe 2019 for Justin Trudeau to basically either admit to some of the mistakes of his government and focus on improving them, say we've been doing this wrong and this is what we're going to do to fix it and this is what, maybe the progressive policy that we need to get out of this like deep economic funk or whatever. And they've been waiting for Justin Trudeau to either, put Canada on a new path or at very least be able to demonstrate he has the capacity for personal growth and the ability to become a better leader. And over the past several years, he has not proven that he's capable of that at all. They've only seen Justin Trudeau effectively making excuses for all of the Liberal policy failures, ignoring the policy failures, or trying to pretend that all these policy failures are secretly positives. It's like every time Justin Trudeau releases some sort of new subsidy, like the grocery rebate or the carbon tax rebates and stuff like that, while his actual fiscal monetary policy is hurting Canadians, he spins the like symptoms of him giving you a little bit of your tax money back as somehow a big success of his. And I think a lot of Liberal voters who are soft Liberals are realizing that they should probably just like leave the party at this point because there's not going to be any improvements from here on out. And I think what is also interesting to see is that right now Justin Trudeau's approval rating at only 27% almost perfectly matches where the Liberals are currently in national polling. When I bring up the national polling right here, you'll see the Liberals are at 26% with the Conservatives at 41. One really bad thing that's happened to the Liberal Party in the last few years is that the party has big, like the Liberal Party brand and Justin Trudeau's name are completely linked together. There's no way of separating the two. They like if you like Justin Trudeau, you might vote Liberal, and if you don't like Justin Trudeau, you are definitely not voting Liberal. That is but like on the inverse, with the Conservative Party, they don't have that problem at all. If you like Conservative Party like policy, you will vote Conservative, even if you don't like Pierre Poilievre. If you like Pierre Poilievre and you don't really even like everything about the Conservative Party's policy book, or if you just don't really know too much about it, you at least trust Pierre, so you'll vote for them. So those are two big assets for the Conservative Party right now. It's their local MPs and their policy that are driving a lot of support for them, as well as the leader. Right now, Justin Trudeau, every single factor inside the Liberal Party that a usual political party would be able to use to like draw in different voters are all tied together. So you have to like the Liberal policy and Justin Trudeau in order to vote Liberal. There's no way of just saying, I think Justin Trudeau's charismatic, so I'm going to go for it. The only way you're voting for Justin Trudeau these days, pretty much, is either if you've still not woken up to the actual state of the country because maybe you're so sheltered by having a lot of money, or you are effectively paid by Justin Trudeau through subsidized industries, through the media, through effectively working in elite government positions, or you just don't care about policy at all because you're a crazy social progressive who thinks that parental rights are evil. That's effectively Justin Trudeau's base at this point. Some of them will probably never abandon him because he gives them what they want, like the social progressives and the people he's giving money to. But the remaining folks who just have not been watching the news, or at least because the news is so slanted, they haven't been noticing how bad inflation is and how it's obviously Liberal Party policy that's to blame. Regardless, I don't think that Justin Trudeau is going to be able to recover from this because to recover, he would effectively have to do something he's never done before, which is, say he messed up and say how he's going to fix it. And one other poll, a stat right here that came out of the Abacus data poll that's really bad for the Liberals is just the fact that not only are they losing in every demographic, but they're losing to the NDP with younger voters. Younger left leaning voters are far more likely to go and vote NDP or Bloc if they happen to be in that 30 to 44 demographic in Quebec. But right now, the Liberals have become actually a very old party. They win 32% of 16 over. Obviously, the Conservatives are still ahead, but that just demonstrates that they're at 41% in the polls. So obviously, they're going to dominate every single demographic, whether whether that demographic is usually more predisposed to voting for them or not. Now, the problem for the Liberals is that this means that they don't really have a future generation of kind of like liberal candidates and leaders to come up to sort of support this party. I could see the Liberal Party actually in the next 10 years effectively becoming like the BC United Party. Like the BC United Party has slipped into third place after it changed its name from the Liberals because the party basically stands up for nothing other than effectively just pushing woke policies, keeping high spending completely stagnant, and not really doing anything for anybody but offering a lot of subsidies and other sort of giveaway programs, pretending like that's really going to improve the actual macroeconomic position of their province. Same thing's happening with the Liberals. They're not offering anything. It's just the same march towards wokeism, same subsidy program, same everything. It's a very boring party in a certain sense, which is funny because in 2015, I think a lot of people would say that Justin Trudeau is very interesting and energetic. And these days, even though he's like not exactly an old man, seems old. It's because all the policies are very almost bloated and big government in orientation. Say what you will about Jagmeet Singh and the NDP, who are also not doing well in the polls, but that's not things ever changed for the NDP. At least you could say if you're more one of the socialistic progressive types, you could maybe be excited about the big, bold plans the NDP have. They're not going to work. They're going to make the country worse, but at least you could say they're somewhat exciting. That's why they're able to hold on to the percentage of the vote that they do, even though it's completely unjustified based on their competency level. But with the Conservatives, they're definitely skyrocketing because their narrative that they're pushing is very youthful in orientation. Even though they're still winning a lot of older voters, their narrative appeals to young voters. Take control of your life. The government doesn't need to do everything for you. You're going to make your own success. The government should stop taxing you. You go start your own business. You go start your own family. Here's how we should get you into a house so you can buy your own house, not relying on public housing. That is a great narrative for younger voters. The liberal, what's the liberal narrative? Maybe you work a government job and we'll give you a pension one day that you can subsist on. That's a great narrative if you're 60 years and older and maybe you're struggling and you just want the government to maybe come in for the rescue right now and just say here's $30,000 over the next 5 years for yourself. That hopefully that will support you. But when you're 30 years old, you don't want to hear when you're 65 years old, you might have a really nice pension that will make the struggle worth it. You just want to actually succeed, not just have this faux government supported success, which is completely reflected by the sorts of businesses still very pro-liberal. It's the media, it's EV companies, and it's other sorts of heavily subsidized protected industries. It's just people wanting a safety blanket. And the Conservative Party might not have that warm safety blanket feel, but isn't that such a better way of living? Anyways, that's it for me today. If you want to donate to my legal fund, I'm getting sued by a Chinese billionaire right now. I'm winning. You can donate to me in my GiveSendGo link in the description of this video. Also, sign up for TNT emails, also linked in the description of this video, so you can get videos and articles that we put out sent directly to your inbox, and you don't have to rely on social media and YouTube algorithms to actually show us our videos. Anyways, that should be it for me today. Have a great day.